Hi, welcome everyone. Eugene Lindeque here from R&D Auto Electronics. Welcome to everyone from the website and everyone on Instagram. Thank you for joining in. This is our second live, and this is our Friday catch-up. So on our Friday catch-up, once a week, we are just doing a quick recap of what happened during the week, jobs that we did, interesting things that happened during the week, maybe something new that we added to our website or to our database, or we speak about the latest news, if there's something specific that happened or something interesting, if there's maybe a new update that came out or a new tool that's maybe interesting that we can discuss. We can talk about it in the chat. And yeah, and if you know about new tools, you add it into the comments and we chat about it, or at least I can go and investigate the new tools and go and have a look at it. Hi Jamie, dare to try. I remember that from my triathlon days. How's it? Awesome. Oh, there's James. Hello Jamesy. Jamesy, my bro. He's from the Ice Cream Ninjas. Please go and support those oaks. They're doing great things. That guy's got talent in front of the camera. I wish I can have some of his talent. Oh, thanks, Jamesy. Jamesy say I'm so sexy. Yeah, sure, bro. Oh, thanks, Lord. Thanks. Sorry, bro. Ek's net gou besig hierso.
Ek was jou jobkaart en ek soek 'n jobkaart. Sorry, I'm good. Wat is miskien dit?
Bro, ek is nou besig. Wat is dit?
Ek was hier in die sakkie in die sien.
Het sy nou gebring het?
Ja.
Ja.
Nee, ek het
moenie worry nie, sy het klaar gelos. Ek het hulle nommer. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still working too. I'm still at work. But in any case, yes, so let's catch up a bit what's going on in during this week. So firstly, I just want to apologize for last week's stream or catch-up cast. The first thing is that I had to do it a little bit earlier when I booked it for 4 o'clock for the stream to start at 4. Unfortunately, what happened was that I had a 4 o'clock appointment that I couldn't get out of, so that's why I started a little bit earlier, and I'm still editing that video to release it. Because I started a bit earlier, I demonstrated a job while I was busy, so it was a little bit longer than an hour. So I want to edit that video, and then I will post it on our community website. So if you're listening on Instagram, please go and join our community website on R&D Auto Electronics. It's for free to go and join and the space for the diagnostics. If you want to do fault finding on your vehicle or get advice for fault codes, or you want to test a sensor or get help to try and find a fault on your car, if you want to do DIY, or you are an auto electrician or anything like that, if you work on cars and you have problems with on our auto electronic side, we are there to help, and it's for free. We are getting together a community of like-minded people that wants to deal with that wants to share information and want to help each other. And yeah, so the diagnostic space is free. and that's also where we are streaming these catch-up podcasts. So yes, please go and join there too. But otherwise, if you don't want to, you can just check it on Instagram too. These videos will be uploaded on YouTube also. I think we'll stream on YouTube eventually if we get enough followers. So please, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube yet, go and subscribe there, because I need a certain amount of followers to be able to stream live, and I don't have enough here. Our online part of our business is still new. As you can see, we started as Bell City Locksmiths. We're in business for almost going close to 30 years, and we so our online business is only about 3 years old, or busy. Well, we started developing on it only for 3 years. We launched it 2 weeks ago, the 3rd of March, on my mother's birthday. I chose that specifically so I can remember, because that's always easy if you can choose a double dates to remember birthdays. But in any case, let's get back to topic. So last week's podcast, sorry for doing it early. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I will post it. I'm still editing it. I'll post it on our community website. And then jobs. Interesting jobs that we did this week. So we got in a Santa Fe. It was a 2.5 diesel. Customer phoned us to say that he needs keys programmed, because his immobilizer light is flashing, which is a common occurrence, because obviously, I mean, that is a symptom of a key not programmed. But what you guys must understand, it's not always, or at least there's a lot of other things that can cause that same symptom for the emo light to flash. It's not to say that is that. It definitely points towards that. There's some type of authorization that does not take place, but there's a few things that have to happen for the immobilizer to be happy, and that light only goes off before it's happy. And it's not only key programming, it can be a few different things. And in this case, the customer insisted we come out and reprogram his keys. So Neil, my brother, some of you might know him, I think most of you will. He went out to reprogram the keys. He did program it. The customer insisted, and then needless to say, it didn't work. So the customer had to tow the vehicle to us anyway. It came to us. We quickly did a diagnostic test, and it came down to the ECU not processing the issue. For these people that don't know, is the engine control unit is not processing the immobilizer data properly. So it receives the key signal and the data and everything. It sees the immobilizer, but it just doesn't process it the way it's supposed to. And it's a 2000 model car, so it's not that old, and it's a decent ECU. It's made by Bosch, made in Germany, and they don't normally give problems, although it's not unfounded, but they make thousands of them, millions. But in any case, that was the diagnosis, and we had to quote the customer on doing a bypass. So on that specific vehicle, we just had to flash or tune the software for it to not see the immobilizer anymore. So we edited the software. So we deleted the immobilizer part out of the ECU. We plugged it back into the car, started it up, no issues. Customer was happy, everything cool. The only downside was, because the customer went against our advice, he had to pay for that extra call out and that key coding. we advised him, let's rather just tow the car in and do the diagnostics. And then let us determine what the fault is. If we tell you it's key coding and it's not, then that's on us. You won't pay for it then. But he insisted it's that, but that's also fine, because that is the catch-22. Sometimes that actually does solve the problem, but that is a risk. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. That was an interesting one. I thought I'll share today. The other interesting thing was yesterday we had a guy that, or actually a motorcycle workshop in Para that brought in a ECU and an instrument cluster. So there was a little bit of a misunderstanding, because they had to replace an instrument cluster on a BMW GS650 enduro bike, adventure bike, and so the bike is at BMW. They diagnosed the existing instrument cluster as faulty, and so they want to sell their second-hand cluster to the dealers, which is fine, because those clusters can be quite expensive. So the story is that so what happened was they dropped off the keys, the ECU and the instrument cluster here by us, and said do the mileage, and this is what the mileage is supposed to be. So when the job landed on my desk here and I looked at the job card, I assumed, like normally when that happens, I assume that I have to marry all of these things together, that maybe it's an accident bike, or it's like a auction bike where the ECU is coming from one bike and the cluster is from another bike and the keys is from a different bike. So I normally then marry all of these things together. So I assume that is what needs to happen. And also when I came in this yesterday I already got a call from a customer rushing us along, and then this morning when I came into the shop, my brother already told me, hey, the customer is looking for his stuff. So I thought, okay, let's get a push on this. Oh no, sorry, that was yesterday morning. And then when I finished it, I WhatsApped the customer to say, hey, your stuff is ready and this is the price for marrying everything together. And then 2 minutes later I got a call and say, oh shit, why is it so expensive? I say, what do you mean? I mean, I've been working a full almost 2 days on it, and you're in a rush for it, so I'm leaving other work behind. And he said, oh no, but that's too expensive. He gets it for way cheaper other places, blah, blah, blah. So I said, but that's our price. And he said, but no, but he doesn't understand. He only wanted us to adapt the mileage or bring the mileage down on his second hand, or his not damaged, on his instrument cluster, because he wants to sell that to the dealers and they're going to marry it themselves, which I don't really understand, because normally that doesn't work, because I know how much mileage is in his ECU, and it's quite a big difference. And I know out of experience, because I mean BMW, well, yeah, people send their ECUs and the instrument clusters from all over to me to marry those kilometers to each other, because if the gap is too big between the mileage, then you can't marry it with a diagnostic tool. So in any case, I said to him, okay, fine, it's no problem, I'll just reverse the procedures. So I had to do double work. So that's the point of the story. I did double work and I charged him only for the mileage job, which is cool. And then coincidentally, this morning someone rocked up. He flew in from Joburg. I presume he was here anyway for other work, and he was referred to me by someone else, another customer that I also do work for, or done work for before, which is also in Johannesburg. So he brought his issue, basically the same job as what I had this misunderstanding with this guy in Cape Town. And he brought everything with his ECU, his instrument cluster, and everything. And he wanted me to do the same job, but in this case, marry everything together. So the full job. So at least basically, and all my tools were still out while I was still, after I still did this other job. So it worked out good, because then I did that job quickly, and it took me half the time because my things were still ready for the previous job. And at the same time, I was busy making an online course for our online community to follow a course, especially for beginners, step by step. So everything was fresh in my mind, and I could make my notes properly. So that worked out great. And this guy's name is Vincent. He's currently in Melkbos. Shout out to him also if he's watching this. Thanks for the support. But yeah, that worked out great. So 2 BMWs, motorbikes, Santa Fe, bypass. Vincent from Joburg was awesome. What else? Miranda wrote an article yesterday. She posted it on our website. She also shared it on our Facebook. I actually stole it and put it on my LinkedIn. Thank you, Miranda. I will buy you a coffee next week. About, just go to the headline. How will AI take over? Where is our... Sorry, just give me a second here. No. Where is it now? Basically, will AI, or not basically, exactly, will AI take over the auto electrical work? And yes, go and read it. It's a good read. I think she did a very, very good job. So go check that out. And I've still been slowly loading content onto the website. It's been going a bit slower than what I would like to, but I've been very busy here by work with our normal work and finding solutions. And I didn't see too much news in about new tools or software that was released this week. I did see a very nice what was that? What was it? Oh, I saw a small one. Oh, I saw the new ID47. Oh, there's a new emulator out for the ID47 Hyundai Kia. So the Hyundai Kias that uses the ID47 transponder, there's an emulator out for them. You have to have the pin code, and then you program that in as a key. So that's great news. We will get some of them, and then we will program them in the future and do a demonstration there.
Sorry.
721.
721 kaya ande.
Oh,
Hy wil net die stuur.
no, wag, kan nie nou nie. Okay. Sorry guys. Yeah, so that is basically the news that I saw. And except for that, I didn't really have too much time for much other things. But if there is any new stuff or new technology or new things that you heard of or saw, new tools, interesting jobs, solutions. I have an awesome solution that we actually solved also last week. It's a bit more on the mechanical side. It's to do with the EGR, but I foresee this is a common problem in future. I have one of our future hosts that's going to be a host on the mechanical side. He worked together with me to resolve this issue, and I think we will also provide this as an international service. But yes, we will elaborate more on this in the future. Listen guys, please go and subscribe, go and join R&D Auto Electronics, and share this video. Go join us on YouTube so we can start doing live events there too, and enjoy your day.